Discover the secret to build a massive targeted email list of local businesses in minutes. This video reveals a simple, efficient method that will save you countless hours. Check out the links in the description if you'd like to get all the resources used to build this automation. Tools we need to set up this automation are make.com to automate the workflows. You can create a free account with make.com. With the free account, you will get 2 active scenarios and 1000 free operations. That is sufficient for us to create this automation. Next is Apify. Apify is a web scraping platform that allows you to extract data from websites. In this video, we will extract data from Google Maps. You can create a free account with Apify, and once you create the account, make a note of your API key that we will be using later on in this video. Next is Anymail Finder. Anymail Finder is a tool designed to help you find email addresses associated with a specific domain or company name. You can create a trial account with Anymail Finder and cancel within 3 days if you don't want to continue. You will not be charged anything if you cancel before 3 days. Once you create your account, make a note of your API key that we will be using later on in this video. Last is Google Sheets. We will use Google Sheets to store lead information that we extract from Apify and Anymail Finder. Make sure you have some credit balance in all your API key accounts. Gather all details mentioned beforehand so that you can make automation without any interruption. Download the resources I provided in the description before you start building the automation. Using the template will save you a lot of time compared to building it from the scratch. In order to build our automation, we first need to set up the Apify extractor. As I mentioned earlier, Apify is a web scraping platform. It's a marketplace where you can find different web scrapers developed by professionals and offered for a small price. You can create a free account in Apify, but you may need to pay a small charge for using the Apify web scrapers. To continue with our tutorial, log into your Apify account. Here you can see I'm logged into my Apify account. Click on this store icon. A web scraper is called an actor in Apify. Here you can search for the web scraper that you are interested in. For example, if I want to find Instagram web scrapers, I will just type in Instagram here and hit enter. Here we got a result of different web scrapers for Instagram. As we are interested in finding an actor for Google Maps, type in Google Maps. I typed in Google Maps here and hit enter. You can see we got different web scrapers for Google Maps. You can choose anyone that you like to use. These are all different Google Maps web scrapers offered by different developers, and each web scraper may have a different charge. In our case, let us use this first one, Google Maps extractor. Click on the extractor to see more information about it. You can see it has different tabs. Here we can click on each one to become more familiar with the scraper. First we have this input tab. It is telling us how to use this extractor. We have different options. Option 1, we can use search terms. Option 2 is scrape places from entire categories in search filters and categories section. And there is another option 3, we can use Google Map URLs also. You can click on this information tab to get more information about this Google Maps extractor. It is giving you more details about this Google Maps extractor. And here you have the runs tab. It is showing you how many times this extractor has been run. And we have this builds tab. It is showing you the latest build for this extractor. And then we have the integrations tab. It will show you different integrations that are available with this Google Maps extractor. And then we also have monitoring, issues, and saved tasks. Let us go to the first input tab here. You can scroll down to see how we can set this up. In this example, I'm going to search for electricians. You can search for any local business service that you want. It can be plumbers or it can be HVAC technicians. It just depends on which service you are interested in. And also I'm using this location, Houston, Texas. It depends on the location that you would like to use. Here there are more options if you'd like to use. For example, click on this deeper city scrape. If you click this option, it enables to extract significantly more places, meaning you will be getting more results when you enable this option. For our tutorial purpose, I'm not enabling this option. Here we can directly paste the URL from the Google Maps For example, if you want to directly search in Google Maps, go to maps.google.com. Here I want to search for electricians in my locality. I typed in electricians and hit enter. You can see it is giving me the electrical companies that are in my locality. What you can do is you can copy this URL and then come back to Apify and then paste it here. We're not using that option here. You can also expand this run options. There are a few more options available here, which are all optional. It is not necessary that you must fill this up. Here I gave maximum charged results as 5. Once you finish configuring the map extractor here, you can click on this start button to check how the data is coming up. Let me click this start button. You can see here it is running. You can see we got a succeeded message. That means our extractor ran successfully. Once the extractor finishes, you can click on this export results button, and here you have different options for exporting the file. You can view it as a HTML table, or you can export to Excel, or you can export as CSV, or you can even download as JSON. Let us see how the data is coming up. Let us click on this view in new tab, and format is I want to see in JSON format. Or you can see our extractor ran successfully and it is giving all these fields. It is giving us the title, which is the company name, and the address of the company, and what is the website of the company, and what is the phone number. We got a lot of information here. Now this is good if all you want is to run the actor and get the results, but our intention is to build an automation using the scraping functionality. For that, we are going to create our make workflow automation. To start working with the template, first log into make account. Here I am logged into my make account. Then click on this create a new scenario button. Then click on this 3 dots. Then click on this import blueprint. Then click on this choose file. Navigate to the directory where you downloaded the make template. Then select the template and then click on this open. Once you see the template name here, then click on this save button. You can see the model has been imported. Now let us go through each of these modules and then configure them. The first module is the Apify actor module. Click on this module to configure it. If you already created a connection, it will be available for selection in this drop down box. Else you will see create a connection option here. Once you click on that, you will see create a connection dialog box pop up. Here for the connection name, you can give any name here, and here you need to copy paste your API token. I will show you where to find the API token. Log back into your API account. You can go to this settings option and then click on this API and integrations. Here your API token will be available. You can click on this copy button. It will be copied to clipboard. Then come back to make scenario and then paste that API key here and then click on this save button. Now we need to select the actor. For that, click on this actor field and it should display the available actors to you. Select the appropriate actor here. Here we are using Google Maps extractor. You can also confirm the actor by clicking on this map field and then comparing this number against your Apify actor URL here. You can see this portion of the URL to capital M, lowercase DMA, etc. should match the value displayed here. Select this run synchronously radio button. What this does is to wait till the module run finishes so that the data is available for next modules. Next, we need to specify the value in the input JSON field. You can clear out any existing value from this field. Then go to your Apify actor. Then click on this JSON and copy everything from here. Copied it and then come back to the make scenario and then paste the value here. You can also add additional business services if you would like to here. For example, if you want to add plumbers, you can put a comma and then add plumbers here. This way, I'm just typing in plumbers and then close the code. So you can add furthermore if you'd like to, and we can also alter this maximum values for search. Right now I gave 5 here. You can change it to 50 or you can change it to 100 as per your requirement. You can leave the other fields at the default values. There is no need to change anything else here. Then click on this OK button to save your changes. Now we can do a small test of the Apify actor to see how it is working. It's a good idea to keep testing the workflow as we build to make sure we are getting the expected results. To do that, you can right click on the Apify actor module here. I just right click and then select this run this module only. I hit enter here. We can see the module is running. We can see it finished successfully. The green letters below the module mean it finished successfully. Here we can see the input bundle and the output bundles. Now we can close this. So now we know the actor is getting the data as expected. Next, click on the Apify get dataset IDs module. What we are doing here is we ran the actor in the previous module, but we need to get the data now. You should be able to use the Apify connection you already established in the previous Apify module. In the dataset ID field, make sure we have this default dataset ID field selected, that is coming from the Apify module here. You can click in this field and then you can scroll down. This is the default dataset ID field that should be reflected here. You can close this out. And the data transformation should have clean as the data transformation method unless you are doing something else. In the format you have JSON and the limit you can leave it at 100. Then you can click on this OK button to save your changes. Now we can do a small test of the workflow to see how it is working. In order to do that, let us unlink the subsequent modules here. Right click on this and then select unlink here. Now we know we already ran this Apify actor earlier. That means our data is available here. What I want to do now is when I run this module, I want to fetch the data from this module that already ran. In order to do that, click on this magnifying glass, scroll down and then copy this default dataset ID value. Click on the dataset module and instead of the dynamic field value here, let us hard code the dataset value here. I hard coded the value, then click on this OK button. Now when you run this module by right clicking and then choosing run this module only, is going to fetch the data that is already available. You can see the module ran successfully. It brought in 5 bundles. Now the data is available for us here and then we can map the data field to subsequent modules by using this output bundle. In order to configure the next module, let us connect back these modules again. Now click on this Anymail Finder module. As we know, Anymail Finder finds emails of people working in the company based on the domain name or the company name. Here is a pricing page with different plans they offer. They have a monthly plan, they have yearly plan, and then they have starter, standard, scale, and ultimate. You can choose the plan that you would like to use. Now let us get back to configuring the Anymail Finder module. If you already created a connection, it will be available for selection in this drop-down box. Else you will see a create connection option here. Once you click on that, you will see this create a connection dialog box pop up. You can give any name here for the connection. Since you should already be having your API key, copy and paste the API key here. Let me show you where to find the API key. Here you can see I am logged into my Anymail Finder account. Click on this API option. Here you can see your API key. Click on this button to copy your API key and come back to make scenario again. Then paste your API key here and then click on this save button. You will see this dialog box once the connection is established successfully. You can see here I am already connected to my Anymail Finder account. Here the mapping is very simple and straightforward. In the search by field, we are using domain. We have option company name as well. Then here in the domain field, we need to map the website which contains the domain. After that, click on this OK button to save your changes. Since Anymail Finder needs a domain to find emails, we need to set up a filter so that it will receive only rows that have a value for the domain field. To set up a filter, we can right click on this connection line and then click on this setup a filter. We already established a filter here. In order to display the filter, just click on this one. You can type in any label here and then condition is the website value should exist. Make sure you have a filter set up here properly and then click this OK button. Now let us test the scenario to see how the values are coming up. So far, we want to test our scenario up to Anymail Finder module. For that reason, we can unlink the Google Sheets module. Right click on this connection line here and then click on this unlink option. As you know, we don't want to run the Apify actor every time we test the scenario. To do that, let us unlink the actor module also by right clicking here and then choosing unlink option here and then move the scheduler module to dataset items module here. Then click on this run once button here. We can see 3 rows out of 5 rows pass the filter criteria and they made it to the Anymail Finder module. We can look at the data received by clicking on this magnifying glass. You can also click on this download icon to look at the input format and output format of the data that we have received. You can click on this one. We can look at the input bundles and we can look at the output bundles. You click on this download output bundles. This is the data that we received for one of the bundles. There are so many emails here. We can click on the second one also here. Click on the download output bundles and we have one email here. We can observe here that we may receive multiple emails for a specific business. Now we know our scenario is working as expected up to this Anymail Finder module. Now let us continue configuring the next module. In order to do that, connect the modules again by dragging this line and then dropping it onto the Google Sheet module. Next, we want to add the lead information to a Google Sheet. So for this purpose, we are using Google Sheet add row module. Click on this module. If you already created a connection, it will be available for selection in this drop down box. Else you will see create a connection option here. Once you click on that, you will see this create a connection dialog box pop up. You can give any name here for the connection. Then click on this sign in with Google button and follow the prompts to allow make to establish connection to your Google Sheet account. You can see here I am already connected to my Google Sheet account. You will see this dialog box once the connection is established successfully. In the search method, we are using search by path, and for the drive we have selected my drive. Remember to upload the Google Sheet I provided in the resources section to your my drive, so that it will work properly here. In the spreadsheet ID, you can click in this field and then let it refresh. Your Google Sheet should show up here that has the name electrician email scraping. Select that one and the sheet name is sheet 1. The spreadsheet contains headers, so select the value yes here. Now make sure these values are mapped properly here. We have the title, we have the website, we have the phone unformatted field, and then we have the location as latitude and longitude, and we also mapped the review score here. Then we mapped the email collection field here. The email collection field will have as many emails depending on the business. For this tutorial purpose, I am extracting only the 5 emails, even if it contains more than 5 emails. If you want to extract more emails, you can just copy paste this field into the next field and then add it to your Google spreadsheet also, and then adjust this number accordingly. If you want to add a 6th one, you can copy paste this, paste it here, and then change this number to 6. Now the 6th email also will be extracted. Once all the fields are mapped here, click on this OK button to save your changes. Again, we are interested in extracting only the rows that have the email information on them. For that, we need to set up a filter here again. The filter should already be present. Just make sure it shows up properly. Just click on this filter icon to make sure the filter is showing up here appropriately. So you can give any label here, and here we are saying that the array email list should exist. What this will ensure is if there is any record that does not have the email, that email array will be empty and it will be excluded from this filter criteria. Let us test the scenario again to make sure it is working properly. Let us look at the spreadsheet first. This is the spreadsheet and you can see it does not have any rows here. Let us go back to the make scenario. Click this run once button now. You can see the scenario ran successfully. We can look at the output of the module here by clicking this magnifying glass. Here we can see we have received 3 rows. Close this out and then let us go back to the spreadsheet. We can see that 3 rows have been updated here, and also the email addresses have been updated here. We have seen our scenario is working properly. After completing the scenario configuration and testing it is working as per your expectation, you can connect the Apify scraping module here to the dataset items module and then save the entire scenario here by clicking this save button. Now you can scrape thousands of leads from local business services. Also remember to change this module hard-coded value back to the dynamic field value, which is default dataset ID, before starting the live runs of the scenario. Click this OK button here and then save your scenario by clicking this save button. You can use this scheduling option to run the scenario at specified intervals. You can choose every day or specific days of the week as per your requirement. Finally, you need to activate the scenario by switching this button to on position. Now you can see this scenario is switched on. Congratulations! You built a workflow automation in Make using Apify to scrape thousands of leads from local business services, used Anymail Finder to extract all their emails based on the business domain, and used Google Sheets to store all the lead information. Now you have all the leads information on your fingertips. If you found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section if there is any specific topic that you want to be covered. Bye until next video.